definitely going to speak my mind when I feel I should be getting treated a different way. I'm biased. I think hockey is the best sport in the world. I think we're the best athletes. LeBron James and Connor McDavid. I think Connor's better in his sport than LeBron ever was at his. It's okay to have a little arrogance. Colorado Avalanche are one of the most arrogant teams in the league. They won. Everything's behind me. I've moved forward. Do I regret it? Easy to say I do. It wasn't all bad. It was a lot of fun sometimes too. Trust me, one day we'll have a nice big documentary on it and there'll be some good stories out of it, that's for sure.
A surprise bombshell about Evander Kane being put on waivers with the condition to terminate.
San Jose Sharks player Evander Kane is under investigation, accused of submitting a fake COVID vaccination card.
Kane has filed for bankruptcy. Reports say he's now in more than $26 million in debt.
Unfortunately, the things that have unfolded off the ice have not helped him get back on the ice.
Looking back at how things ended in San Jose, did it ever enter your mind that, hey, this could be the end of my career?
No, it didn't. I knew there were a lot of people trying to do that, whether it was certain media, whether it was certain people in my life, whether it was certain hockey people. That's what they were trying to make sure that they made that happen.
That you wouldn't get a job anywhere else?
That I wouldn't get a job anywhere else.
You felt that? There were people working against you?
I know that for a fact. Whether it was old colleagues, whether it was old agents, you know, there were lots of people working against me, trying everything that they could do to make sure that I never got another job.
Just to blackball you, not be
100%, yeah. And obviously with some of the allegations that were made towards me, that didn't help the situation. But in terms of it entering my mind that I was never going to play hockey in the NHL again, no.
You've been through a lot together. Think of how things ended in San Jose. Had to be difficult for both of you.
He was super vulnerable at that time, going through a lot of different things in different parts of his life. I'm just lucky that I was able to be there for him.
It was a position that obviously I did not envision myself being in. You know, I found out about the termination when I was driving to lunch with my girlfriend.
And how did you find out?
Text from my agent.
Your agent texted you
to
say,
said, check your email.
that the Sharks had terminated your
contract. I just saw an email in my inbox. So it was strange. Probably for the first 3 hours I was in a different headspace, but after that time cleared, I thought, okay, well, now I get to pick where I want to play.
I do believe there are teams who, if Kane becomes an unrestricted free agent, will want to sign him. Depending on what the contract would look like, what he wants, I do believe there's legit interest out there.
Obviously, everybody's heard over the last 12 to 24 hours that we're here today to introduce the newest Edmonton Oiler, Evander Kane.
You know, I'm really excited to be here. You know, I want to thank Ken and Dave and Mr. Cates and Bob Nicholson for bringing me in. It's been a very interesting last couple of weeks. I'm happy it's all over, and I'm happy to be here in Edmonton.
So when the Oilers came with a one-year offer, was it a no-brainer? Did you have other options? Why was this?
I did have other options. There were a bunch of teams that called. I probably had 5 or 6 Zoom calls with different teams throughout the process. I thought Edmonton would be the best fit for that time present.
Why? What was it about Edmonton?
An opportunity to play with Connor.
Yeah.
An opportunity to play in the playoffs. I thought with the way I play hockey, what I can bring to that group, I think that's exactly what they needed to kind of push them over the hump a little bit. And I think everybody was right.
Kane loading up, circling, centering, and this game is tied. Here's Keith open, Kane again, shoots and scores. Here's Kane, beautiful move to the net, scores! Hat-trick, Evander Kane!
Evander Kane all smiles right now, just taking it all in.
We all know, and he's very open about it, he knows he has a reputation, he carries a lot of baggage with him. What did you know of him before?
You know what you see in the media, you know, and what you see in the media about him is not very good things, of course. But all I can speak for is, you know, him while he's been here. He's been a good teammate, he's been a good person, and obviously on the ice, he's been a great player as well.
I think he embraces the city. He obviously brings a lot of unique things to the table that you know, help our team a lot, so he's been great for us.
Rise, a little give and go, beautiful move, sets up Kane! his 300th career goal.
It's public knowledge that you declared bankruptcy in January of 2021.
Yep.
You've been very open about having a gambling problem in the past. Would you say all of those things are behind you?
Yes, 100%. I think there's one more hurdle to jump in the bankruptcy case, but I'm very happy with where I'm at right now.
You had reached out, I know you were getting counseling for that. Has that been helpful for you?
Part of it is it a problem, is an addiction. It's sometimes it's hard to decipher, and there's different reasons at different points through a number of years I was doing it on why you make certain decisions and make certain choices, and you learn, you understand about why you did those things or why you made those decisions specific to gambling, and it's something I've worked on, and it's something that is no longer a part of my life.
So gambling, you don't place bets on anything?
No. Trust me, one day we'll have a nice big documentary on it, and there'll be some good stories out of it, that's for sure. But again, it wasn't all bad. It was a lot of fun sometimes too, but obviously it was something that helped create some of these issues that I had to deal with through the course of my life. And do I regret it? Easy to say I do, but you know what? I'm in a great spot today, and I think it's made me a more knowledgeable person because of it.
Kane taken off a speed by Myers. Kane went down awkwardly on that left elbow.
Yeah, he's cut.
cut.
He's cut in the wrist, I think. A little bit of panic there. Evander Kane right down the tunnel.
You had a scary moment last November. Pat Maroon, Tampa Bay Lightning, skate blade hit your wrist. It was scary to watch on TV. Walk us through exactly how you felt. What happened?
Well, I kind of got slew-footed, actually, and fell down. I honestly don't know if I've ever been in that position in my career where my arm is sticking straight out. And I was just trying to push myself to get back up, and then I looked down.
What did you see?
Saw a lot of things I shouldn't see. So, I just obviously try to get to the room as fast as I can.
And what did they do right then and there? Like, it sliced through the skin on
right to the
your
bone. And yeah, it was definitely probably the most painful 20 minutes physically of my life. Because, I had all these exposed nerves. They're doing like surgery without any sedation or medication.
They're doing it right there.
Yeah, because they have to stitch the artery to stop the bleeding to get me in the ambulance. So then I can go to the hospital and actually have the real surgery. I have a tourniquet on my upper forearm, which doesn't feel good.
No.
And then when the instruments are hitting the exposed nerves, it feels like my hand's on fire. So that was not enjoyable.
Wow, scary.
It was scary. I mean, the one thing I will say that made me feel a little better is I could still move my fingers.
So that was a good sign.
That was a good sign for me and calmed me down a little bit more. But yeah, definitely, I knew I was in trouble.
Can we see where the scar is?
They did a really good job. So it's there's like a line here, and then there's another line right here, and it kind of goes
all the way around.
It wraps around here, and I don't understand how it wrapped around with the skate blade.
Yeah,
but
with the skate blade, that's interesting.
It did, so. And then they took vein right here to help reattach the artery.
Do you feel any, remnants from it?
Oh yeah, it's still numb from like here to here.
Numb?
Numb, yeah. Yeah, the nerve's still regenerating. They said it takes about 12 to 18 months for it to fully, and you can tell it's still swollen, right? Like that's actually why I wear my watch in my right hand right now, because it's still swollen.
Wow.
So.
But consider
fully
yourself
functional.
lucky.
Fully functional, yeah.
Here's a goal for the Oilers, and it's Evander Kane. It's been an up and down battle, obviously coming back from a real terrible injury, and that's a big goal for him.
3, 6, go!
How do you think fatherhood has changed you?
I think it changes a lot of people for the better, and it kind of rearranges your priorities and what those are in life. And obviously kids skyrocket to the top. When I had Kensington, now Iverson, and now unnamed baby boy on the way, they become your life, they consume your life. It just gives you a whole different perspective on what's important. Are you gonna go down the slide? Into the ball pit?
Evander is the best father, honestly. I tell a lot of my friends that he inspires me to be a better mom. He is so strong and has so much patience with the kids. He's just the best father.
You seem to have really embraced being a part of this community too. It's not just what you're doing on the ice with the team, but do you think that that's become more of a focus for you, even now having kids and knowing you want to give back?
You know, Christine, it's something that I've always done. It's just when you play in a Canadian market, right, and you're on a good team, these things get highlighted. When you play in the US or you're not on a very good team, they don't. So, you know, nothing has changed in regards to the type of person I am. In terms of the giving back, in terms of the charity work I've done and I'm doing, in terms of my love for kids and wanting to make their day or do something to change their lives, that's something I've always enjoyed doing. And I think just coming to Edmonton, it's given me an opportunity to highlight some of those things.
Evander, let's start with Cecily and how you first met her and what you thought when you had that chance.
Yeah, I was actually injured at the time, and I was sitting up in the press box. It was during the third period, and somebody had mentioned to me that there was a cute little girl that wanted to meet me, and I was more than happy to do so. So met her upstairs and watched a little bit of the third period together, and then she had actually had a gift for me too. She had a couple of puppies for my kids. I thought it was very sweet. So. Invited her down after the game and gave her one of my jerseys, so that was our first meeting.
I want to ask you about a special friendship that you have with a young girl named Cecily. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I met Cecily at a game when I was hurt, obviously this year. I was just so impressed by her and in our short interaction. That kind of just started our relationship and friendship, and got to know her a little bit better, got to know her mom, Kathy, and understand her story and what she's dealing with.
Maybe for those who don't know Cecily's story, are you comfortable saying a little bit more about what Cecily is going through?
Yeah, Cecily is, she's battling brain cancer, and if you met her, you wouldn't know it. She's just such an incredible human being, because while she's going through all these things, she does so much and uses up so much of her own time to give back and try to raise money for kids going through the same things that she's going through.
She and her mom are here today at your house.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
That's how close you guys have become.
Yeah, obviously, you know, when she's going through some of the things she's going through, they live just over an hour outside the city, and if all we can do is open up our door to let them stay a night or two to make it easier on travel, happy to do so.
Wanted to ask you, you have, is it like a motto about kindness?
You don't have to be rich, you don't have to be super smart, you just have to be kind.
Wow, okay. I don't think we want to say anything more after that. To both of you, thanks and great job. Keep it up. You too.
Thanks. Are you seeing Jingle Bells?
So you're in a good place right now, would you say?
Everything's behind me. I've moved forward. I mean, a lot's changed, and it's nice to be able to have that certainty and stability and calmness in your life, especially when you have kids and a family. I'm very happy with where I'm at right now.